बड़ा है, सो इट इज़ विजिबल। बट आई थिंक कि बाद में शायद फॉन्ट थोड़ा सा छोटा हो जाएगा, तो इट माइट नॉट बी विजिबल फॉर अस। तो आप थोड़ा सा जूम इन
Definitely.
करोगे तो इजी रहेगा।
Yeah, perfect, perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
We already have names written, so we can also start. Like, yeah, Krishna, I'll make you the co-host because the hosting, YouTube is hosting, so I'll have to be the host,
Okay.
and I'll take care of muting and like all of that also simultaneously. Yeah, you go on, you take the lead. Yeah.
Okay. Hi all. Uh, who will start? Who will start? Please, people can you can give your names in the chat so that one by one can take the reading. Mm, So here is the forward. So shall we start from the forward?
Yeah, yeah, why not? Yeah, there is something about the book, right? Yeah, we'll read it.
Yeah. So who will start first?
Uh, shall I go with the reading first?
Yeah.
No,
Please,
there are
Jyoti.
names. Jyoti, you just write your name, and
I
Rupali
have
have already written.
I have also written the name Mansi.
Oh, is it okay? Then go.
Yeah.
I don't know. I did not see it, so I'm sorry. Go
Okay,
on, go
okay.
on. Whoever is, go by the order. Let's go by the order. Yeah.
Okay, so this book is concerned with the art of realizing your desire. It gives you an account of the mechanism used in the production of the visible world. It is a small book but not slight. There's a treasure in it, a clearly defined road to the realization of your dreams. Were it possible to carry conviction to another by means of reasoned arguments and detailed instances, this book would this book would be many times its size. It is seldom possible, however, to do so by means of written statement or argument, since to the suspended judgment it always seems plausible to say that the author was dishonest or deluded, and therefore his evidence was tainted. Consequently, I have purposely omitted all arguments and testimonials and simply challenged the open minded reader to practice the law of consciousness as revealed in this book. Personal success will prove far more convincing than all the books that could be written on the subject. Nivelle. Chapter 1. Law and its operation. The world and all within it is man's conditioned consciousness objectified. Consciousness is the cause as well as the substance of the entire world. So, it is to consciousness that we must turn if we would discover the secret of creation. Knowledge of the law of consciousness and the method of operating this law will enable you to accomplish all you desire in life. Armed with a working knowledge of this law, you can build and maintain an ideal world. Consciousness is the one and only reality, non figuratively but actually. This reality may, for the sake of clarity, be linked up to a stream which is divided into two parts, the conscious and the subconscious. In order to intelligently operate the law of consciousness, it is necessary to understand the relationship between the conscious and the subconscious. The conscious is a personal and selective, the subconscious is impersonal and non selective. The conscious is the realm of effect, the subconscious is the realm of cause. These two aspects are the male and female divisions of consciousness. The conscious is male, the subconscious is a female. The conscious generates ideas and impresses these ideas on the subconscious. The subconscious receives ideas and gives form and expression to them. By this law, first conceiving an idea and then impressing the idea conceived on the subconscious. I'll read this law again. First, conceiving an idea and then impressing the idea conceived on the subconscious. All things evolve out of consciousness, and without this sequence, there is not anything made that is made. The conscious impresses the subconscious, while the subconscious expresses all that is impressed upon it. The subconscious does not originate ideas but accepts as true those which the conscious mind feels to be true and in a way known only to itself. Objectifies the accepted ideas. Therefore, through his power to imagine and feel and his freedom to choose the idea he will entertain. Man has control over creation. Control of the subconscious is accomplished through control of your ideas and feelings. The mechanism of creation is hidden in the very depth of subconscious, the female aspect or womb of creation. The subconscious transcends reason and is independent of induction. It contemplates a feeling as a fact existing within itself, and on this assumption proceeds to give expression to it. The creative process begins with an idea, and its cycle runs its course as a feeling and ends in a violation to act. Ideas are impressed on the subconscious through the medium of feeling. No idea can be impressed on the subconscious until it is felt. But once felt, be it good, bad, or indifferent, it must be expressed. Feeling is the one and only medium through which ideas are conveyed to the subconscious. Therefore, the man who does not control his feelings may easily impress the subconscious with undesirable states. By control of feeling is not meant restraint or suppression of your feeling, but rather the disciplining of self to imagine and entertain only such feeling as contributes to your happiness. Control of your feeling is all important to be a full and happy life. Never entertain an undesirable feeling, nor think sympathetically about wrong in any shape or form. Do not dwell on the imperfection of yourself or others. To do so is to impress the subconscious with these limitations. What you do not want done unto you, do not feel that it is done unto you or another. This is whole law of a full and happy life. Everything else is commentary. Every feeling makes a subconscious impression, and unless it is counteracted by a more powerful feeling of an opposite nature, must be expressed. The dominant of two feelings is the one expressed. I am healthy is a stronger feeling than I will be healthy. To feel I will be is to confess I am not. I am is stronger than I am not. What you feel, you are always dominates what you feel you would like to be. Therefore, to be realized, the wish must be felt as a state rather than a state that is not. Sensation precedes manifestation and is the foundation upon which all manifestation rests. So be careful of your moods and feelings, for there is an unbroken connection between your feelings and your visible world. Your body is an emotional filter and bears the unmistakable marks of your prevalent emotions. Emotional disturbances, especially suppressed emotions, are the causes of all disease. To feel intensely about a wrong without voicing or expressing the feeling is the beginning of disease. Disease in both body and environment do not entertain the feeling of regret or failure or frustration or detachment from your objective results in disease. Think feelingly only of the state you desire to realize. Feeling the reality of the state sought and living and acting on the conviction is the way of all seeming miracles. All changes of expression are brought about through a change of feeling. The change of feeling is a change of destiny. All creation occur in the domain of the subconscious. What you must acquire then is a reflective control of the operation of the subconscious. That is, control of your ideas and feelings. Chances or accident is not responsible for the things that happen to you, nor is predestined fate the author of your fortune or a misfortune. The subconscious impressions determine the condition of your world. The subconscious is not selective, it is impersonal and no respecter of person. Act 10:34 Romans 2:11. The subconscious is not concerned with the truth or falsity of your feeling. It always accepts as true that which you feel to be true. Feeling is the assent of the subconscious to the truth of that which is declared to be true. Because of this quality of subconscious, there is nothing impossible to man. Whatever the mind of man can conceive and feel as true, the subconscious can and must objectify. Your feelings create the pattern from which your world is fashioned, and a change of feeling is a change of pattern. The subconscious never fails to express that which has been impressed upon it. The moment it receives an impression, it begins to work out the ways of its expression. It accepts the feeling impressed upon it. Your feelings, as a fact, existing within itself and immediately sets about to produce in the outer or objective world that exact likeness of that feeling. The subconscious never alters the accepted beliefs of man. It outpitches them to the last detail, whether or not they are beneficial. To impress the subconscious with the desirable state, you must assume the feeling that would be yours had you already realized you wish. In defining your objective, you must be concerned only with the objective itself. The manner of expression or the difficulties involved are not to be considered by you. To think feelingly on any state impression it on the subconscious. Therefore, if you dwell on difficulties, barriers, or delays, the subconscious, by its very non selective nature, accepts the feeling of difficulties and proceeds to produce them in your outer world. The subconscious is a womb of creation. It receives the ideas unto itself through the feelings of man. It never changes the idea received, but always gives it a form. Hence, the subconscious outpitches the idea of in the image and likeness of the feeling received. To feel a state as hopeless and impossible is to impress the subconscious with the ideas of the failure. Thank you. Rupali, you can take over from here.
Although the subconscious faithfully serves man, it must not be inferred that the relation is that of a servant to a master, as was anciently conceived. The ancient prophets called it the slave and servant of man. Saint Paul personified it as a woman and said, the woman should be subject to man in everything. Ephesians 5:24, also Corinthians 14:34, Ephesians 5:22, Colossians 3:18, Peter 3:1. The subconscious does serve man and faithfully gives forms to his feelings. However, the subconscious has a distinct taste for compulsion and responds to persuasion rather than to command. Consequently, it resembles the beloved wife more than the servant. The husband is head of the wife. Efficiency may not be true of man and woman in their early relationship, but it is true of the conscious and the subconscious, or the male and female aspects of consciousness. The mystery to which Paul referred when he wrote, "This is a great mystery. He that loved his wife loved himself, and they two shall be one flesh," is simply the mystery of consciousness. Consciousness is really one and undivided, but for creation's sake, it appears to be divided into two. The conscious, that is objective, or male aspect truly is the head and dominates the subconscious, that is subjective or female aspect. However, this leadership is not that of the tyrant, but of the lover. So, by assuming the feeling that would be yours, were you already in possession of yours? Were you already in possession of your objective? The subconscious is moved to build the exact likeness of your assumption. Your desires are not subconsciously accepted until you assume the feeling of their reality, for only through feeling is an idea subconsciously accepted, and only through this subconscious acceptance is it ever expressed. It is easier to ascribe your feeling to events in the world than to admit that the conditions of the world reflect your feeling. However, it is eternally true that the outside mirrors the inside. As within, so without. As above, so below. As below, so above. As within, so without. As without, so within. Correspondence, the second of the seven principles of Hermes Trismegistus. A man can receive nothing unless it is given him from heaven, and the kingdom of heaven is within you. Nothing comes from without, all things come from within, from the subconscious. It is impossible for you to see other than the contents of your consciousness. Your world in its every detail is your consciousness objectified. Objective states bear witness of subconscious impressions. A change of impression results in a change of expression. The subconscious accepts as true that which you feel as true. And because creation is the result of subconscious impressions, you, by your feeling, determine creation. You're already that which you want to be, and your refusal to believe this is the only reason you do not see it. To seek on the outside for that which you do not feel you are is to seek in vain, for we never find that which we want. We find only that which we are. In short, you express and have only that which you are conscious of being or possessing. To him that hath it is given, denying the evidence of the senses and appropriating the feelings of the wish fulfilled is the way to the realization of your desire. Next, please take over.
Dina, you can take from there onwards. Dina?
Yes, Krishna. Mastery
Yeah.
of self-control of your thoughts and the feelings is your highest achievements. However, until perfect self-control is attained, so that in spite of appearances, you feel all that you can feel. Use sleep and prayer to aid in your realizing your desired states. There are two gateways into subconscious. Chapter 2, Sleep. Sleep, that life that occupies one third of our stay on earth, is a natural door into the subconscious. So, it is with the sleep that we are now concerned. The conscious two-thirds of our life on the earth is measured by the degree of attention we give sleep. Our understanding of and delight in what sleep has bestowed will cause us, night after night, to set out for for it as though we were keeping an appointment with a lover. In dream, in a vision of the night, when we dream sleep falleth upon men, in slumbering upon bed, then he opens the ears of the men and the seals and seals their instruction. Job 33. It is in the sleep and in the prayer, a state akin to sleep, that man enters the subconscious to make his impressions and receive his instructions. In these states, the conscious and subconscious are creatively joined. The male and female become one flesh. Sleep is the time when the male or subconscious mind turns from the world of sense to seek its lover or subconscious self. The subconscious, unlike the woman of the world who marries her husband to change him, has no desire to change the conscious waking state, but loves it as it is, and faithfully reproduces its likeliness in the outer world of form. The conditions and event of your life are your children formed from the molds of your subconscious impressions of in sleep. They are made in the image and likeliness of your innermost feeling that they may reveal to yourself. As in the heaven, so on earth. Matthew 6:10, Luke 11:2. As in the subconscious, so on earth. Whatever you have in the consciousness, as you go to sleep, is a measure of your expression in taking 2/3 of your life in the earth. Nothing stops you from realizing your objective. Save your failure to feel that you are already that you wish to be. On that, you are already in possession of the thing sought. Your subconscious give form to your desires only when you feel your wish fulfilled. I think this chapter is, there are many people there, so I'll pass it
Yeah.
on to Nandini.
Yeah, Nandini. Yeah. We can take from here, Nandini.
Yeah, the unconsciousness of sleep is a normal state of subconscious because all things come from within yourself, and your conception of yourself determines that which comes. You should always feel the wish fulfilled before you drop off to sleep. You never draw out of the deep of yourself that which you want. You always draw that. Can you scroll? Which you are, and you are that which you feel yourself to be, as well as that which you feel as true of others. To be realized, then, the wish must be resolved into the feeling of being or having or witnessing the state sought. This is accomplished by assuming the feelings of the wish fulfilled. The feelings which comes in response to the question, how would I feel where, how would I feel where my wish realized? Is a feeling which should monopolize and immobilize your attention as you relax into sleep. You must be in consciousness of being or having that which you want to be or to have before you drop off to sleep. Once asleep, man has no freedom of choice. His entire slumber is dominated by his last waking concept of self. It follows, therefore, that he should always assume the feeling of accomplishment and satisfaction before he tires in sleep. Come before me with singing and thanksgiving. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise. Your mood prior to sleep defines your state of consciousness as you enter into the presence of your everlasting lover, the subconscious. She sees you exactly as you feel yourself to be. If if, as you prepare for sleep, you assume and maintain the consciousness of success by feeling, I am successful, you must be successful. Lie flat on your back with your head on a level with your body. Feel as you would wear in position of your wish and quietly relax into unconsciousness. He then, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Nevertheless, he giveth his beloved sleep. The subconscious never sleeps. Sleep is the door through which the conscious waking mind passes to be creatively joined to the subconscious. Sleep conceals the creative act while the objective world reveals it. In sleep, man impresses the subconscious with his conception of himself. What more beautiful description of this romance of the conscious and subconscious is there than that told in the Song of Solomon? By night on the bed I sought him whom my soul loveth. I found him whom my soul loveth. I held him and I not let him go until I brought him into my mother's house and into the chamber of her that conceived me. Preparing to sleep, you feel yourself into the state of answered wish and then relax into unconsciousness. Your realized wish is he whom you seek. By night, on your bed, you seek the feeling of the wish fulfilled that you may take it with you into the chamber of her that conceived you, into sleep or the subconscious which gave you form, that this wish also may be given expression. This is the way to discover and conduct your wishes into the subconscious. Feel yourself in the state of realized wish and quietly drop off to sleep. Night after night, you should assume the feeling of being, having, and witnessing that which you seek to be, possess, and see manifested. Never go to sleep feeling discouraged or dissatisfied. Never sleep in the consciousness of failure. Your subconscious, whose natural state is sleep, sees you as you believe yourself to be. And whether it be good, bad, or indifferent, the subconscious will faithfully embody your belief. As you feel so, do you impress her? And she, the perfect lover, gives form to these impressions and outpicture them as the children of her beloved. I'll pass on to someone else.
Saurabh, you can take from here.
Thou art all fair, my love. There is no spot in thee, is the attitude of mind to adopt before dropping off to sleep. Disregard appearances and feel that things are as you wish them to be. For he calleth things that are not seen as though they were, and the unseen becomes seen. To assume the feeling of satisfaction is to call conditions into being which will mirror satisfaction. Signs follow, they do not precede. Proof that you will follow the consciousness that you are, it will not precede it. You are an eternal dreamer, dreaming non-eternal dreams. Your dreams take form as you assume the feeling of their reality. Do not limit yourself to the past. Knowing that nothing is impossible to consciousness, begin to imagine the states beyond the experience of the past. Whether the mind of man can imagine, whatever the mind of man can imagine, man can realize. All objective, visible states were first subjective, that is, invisible states, and sorry, I'll just reread it. Whatever the mind of man can imagine, the man can realize. The all objective or the visible states were first subjective, that is, invisible, and you called them into visible by assuming the feeling of their reality. The creative process is first imagining and then believing the state imagined. Always imagine and expect the best. The world cannot change until you change your conception of it. as within, so without. Nations, as well as people, are only what you believe them to be. No matter what the problem is, no matter where it is, no matter whom it concerns. You have no one to change but yourself, and you have neither opponent nor helper in the being about in bringing about the change within yourself. You have nothing to do with you have nothing to do but convince yourself of the truth of that which you desire to see manifested. As soon as you succeed in convincing yourself of the reality of the state sought, results follow to confirm your fixed belief. You never suggest to another the state which you desire to see him express. Instead, you convince yourself that he is already that which you desire him to be. Realization of your wish is accomplished by assuming the feeling of wish fulfilled. You cannot fail unless you fail to convince yourself of the reality of your wish. A change of belief is confirmed by the change of expression. Every night, as you drop off to sleep, feel satisfied and spotless. For your subjective lover always forms the objective world in the images and likeness of your conception of it. The conception defined by your feelings. The waking two-thirds of your life on earth ever corroborates or bears witness to your subconscious impressions. The actions and events of the day are effects. They are not causes. Free will is only freedom of choice. Choose this choose ye this day from ye shall serve is your freedom to choose the kind of mood you assume. But the expression of the mood is the secret of subconscious. The subconscious receives impressions only through the feelings of man, and in a way known only to the self. Gives them and in a way known only to the self, known only to itself, gives these impressions form and expression. The actions of man are determined by his subconscious impressions, his illusions of free will, his belief in freedom of action, is but ignorance of causes which make him act. He thinks himself free because he has forgotten the link between himself and the event. Yeah, I can pass on to the next speaker. Or maybe are we
Pallavi
off
ji,
time?
Pallavi ji, can you take from here onwards?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. Man awake is under compulsion to express his subconscious impressions. If in the past he unwisely impressed himself, then let him begin to change his thought and feeling, for only as he does, so will he change his world. Do not waste one moment in regret, for to think freely of the mistake of the past is to reinfect yourself. Let the dead bury the dead. Turn off the appearance and assume the feeling that would be yours. Were you already the one you wished to be? Feeling a state produces that state. The part you play on the world stage is determined by your conception of yourself. By feeling your wish fulfilled and quietly relaxing into sleep, you cast yourself in a star role to be played on earth tomorrow. And while asleep, you are rehearsed and instructed in your part. The acceptance of the end automatically wills the means of realization. Make no mistake about this. If as you prepare for sleep, you do not consciously feel yourself into the state of the answered wish, then you will take with you into the chamber of her who convinced you the sum total of the reaction and feeling of the waking day. And while asleep, you will be instructed in the manner in which they will be expressed tomorrow. You will rise believing that you are a free agent, not realizing that every action and event of the day is predetermined by your concept of self as you fell asleep. Your only freedom then is your freedom of reaction. You are free to choose how you feel and react to the day's drama, but the drama, the actions, the event, and the circumstances of the day have already been determined. Unless you consciously and purposely define the attitude of mind with which you go to sleep, you unconsciously go to the sleep in the composite attitude of mind, made up of all feeling and reaction of the day. Every reaction makes a subconscious impression, and unless counteracted by a opposite and more dominant feeling, is the cause of future action. Ideas enveloped in feeling are creative actions. Use your divine right wisely. Through your ability to think and feel, you have domination over all creation. While you are awake, you are a gardener selecting seed for your garden. But except a corn of wheat falls into the ground and die, it abated alone. But if it die, it bringeth forth much fruit. Your conception of yourself as you fall asleep is the seed you drop into the ground of the subconscious. Dropping off to sleep feeling is satisfy and happy compels condition and even to appear in your world, which confirm this attitude of mind. One last paragraph. Sleep is the door into heaven. What you take it as a feeling, you bring out as a condition, action, or object in space. So sleep is in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, as in unconscious, so on the earth. As in consciousness, so on the earth. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I think we shall stop here and discuss and take this on Monday. What do you all suggest? Next, Krishna, what do you think?
Yes, yes. We can,
Because
we
there
can
are two
complete
more
the remaining part.
chapters. Yeah, and these chapters are deep also, no? So a little reflection will help. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You take the lead and yeah, ask everyone to open up and yeah.
Yeah, hi all. So whatever we read today, so regarding feelings, emotions, subconscious and conscious.
The voice is a little low, Krishna. If you can just make it a little louder,
Yeah.
come
Hi
close.
all. So we have read about feelings, emotions, conscious, subconscious, sleep, dreams, etc. So everybody, please, let us know your opinions and your feelings and thoughts on this. If anyone would like to share your views?
I just want to add one thing. Like I want to thank Saurabh for sharing this book with us. It was he who insisted upon taking this book up and a small read also. So yeah, if you want to start, Saurabh, also you can also like give your opinion about what made you suggest this book, and then others can obviously like add and follow through. Yeah.
Mansi, can you lead from here? I have a call to attend.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Okay,
I'll
no
come back
problem.
in 5 minutes.
You'll be there now after this, like
I'll,
after your
yes,
call,
yes.
and
I'll
then
come back in 5 minutes.
no problem, no problem. I'll take care. I'll take care.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Saurabh. You want to suggest anything?
Yeah, not nothing too much. I mean, I'll just give some background to why and where I stumbled upon this book. So Neville Goddard is a great author. People talk about for manifestation, affirmations, those side of things. And I think he is from maybe an old. I mean, he's not alive as far as I understand right now. He is from a long time back. That's why he has references to all these biblical things as well. But yeah, I kept reading a lot of on Reddit, right? There were a lot of people who used to talk about how they have been using his meditations or his teachings of how to, use feelings and your thoughts, how to sleep. So he talks about all these things, and I have actually bought a copy from Amazon, which has like 10 books in one book. So this book is like one chapter of my book, from which I have a physical copy of it. So, in this entire thing is all about manifestation, how to kind of take our thoughts to our and feelings to our subconscious and make them a reality. Very similar to what most of these other books also talk about, but he is very oriented into practice in terms of how we should sleep, how we should sleep only with these positive thoughts. Like this entire chapter on sleep is all about that, where our conscious and subconsciousness get to connect. So the last thought that we are carrying at the time of sleep, that is so much important, and that's why it is said that we should be in a meditative state when we sleep. We should sleep with that one thought that we want to manifest in our life. We should create that kind of a feeling that we want in our life. We should not be uh, you know um, doubting that whether or not that law of attraction works and all those things. So he talks from that aspect. So and that's what I loved, and I wanted to experiment it. So that is what made me suggest this book, and hopefully everyone is able to get something from it.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. It was beautiful. So I somehow remembered of the book that we read in the 24 books last year, As the Man Thinketh, while reading this book. So it sounded very similar, like it's talking about thoughts and all of that, and the language and everything also, like the ancient biblical language, right? Like all those words, and which the style of writing is also like very old. So I thought so that this is like an old author or something. So yeah, very true. So thank you. I love personally, just like now that I'm speaking, I'll just add one point that what I personally loved about the chapters that we read today is the sleep, how he's compared it with the man and a woman, and how everything, like the way he's portrayed it about the masculine energy and the feminine, and how they come together to create whatever our reality is as a children. So and basically also he also shares na in the same part somewhere that we are all like whatever we are working like on earth, it is bringing it's like through the day and night and the consciousness and subconsciousness, and as it is on heaven, so is it on earth, something like that. So that was I think a deeper, I thought that very deep, and like a different perspective altogether. So I love that part. So yeah, thank you for suggesting this book, and it was a beautiful read. A little deeper, would need some introspection for sure, and it also aligns with the morning book that we are reading, Power of Intention, and the other books that we have read on the similar grounds. So reminds me of multiple things. So very beautiful. Thank you. Anyone else, please? Any of the your ideas, any suggestions, anything that caught your attention, any doubts? Please feel free to share and open up. So through mutual discussion and sharing, we can just like enlighten one another through little bit more into what we have just read. Yeah, go on, go. Yeah, and Krishna is also here, so he will take it from here.
I think Marcelina here. I think this is the reason they always say that before sleeping you should not fight and sleep, right? If there are any couple, they suggest that you have to solve that and then sleep peacefully so that next day it will be home will be at peace. So I think maybe this is the reason, because those fights and everything will be in subconscious mind and it would impact the next day as well. And if you suggest that you have to see comedy clips or movies before you sleep, that would should be the last thing, so that you can be happy and cheerful before you sleep. That also I remembered when I was understanding this chapter. Thank you.
I have a doubt over here. Uh, am I audible?
You are penal. Please go ahead.
Okay. So if we feel that our wish is being fulfilled and we keep checking on it, and is it fulfilled or not, we get into the desperation and it is still going away. So for me, I don't think so this is working.
Yeah, that's a very tricky situation actually, and I also feel something similar on the slides. But from what I have read about people's experiences with Neville's teaching and how they practice it, so if you read, there are a lot of books actually that he has written, and there is a lot of content to be consumed from him. So what he focuses on is we should in a very very long term we should be continuing to kind of live in that kind of feeling without really doubting or checking or that kind of checking mindset, which is difficult, I mean, for us mortals. But yeah, that maybe
Yeah,
it's a
even
matter
like
of
we are
practice.
checking for anything, like for promotion or anything, it's a check and it's important. We cannot just assume and sleep. This is what I feel that.
Yeah, let me add here. This is Manish. See, the objective is what the author is trying to say that. See, the thing is, if you have to achieve something in life, right? If you always believe in the state of fulfillment, like always in the desired state, that okay, if I become this kind of a person, if I become successful, then how should I behave? What will be my thinking? How will I act? So basically, the author is trying to emphasize that unless we see it is, he's trying to relate it to a emotion. See, actually, the feeling is the secret. Is the feeling and emotion is a certain kind of a frequency, that really uplifts our mind and body and soul. And through those, if see, it's just like that. See, if you are not motivated to do something, you will not put enough effort. That's the point. So the author says that you have to feel good emotionally to keep working on your purpose of life or any kind of work. So when you, and the thing is, when you feel in your desired state that you have achieved that, right? So you see yourself already being successful, and you don't see any challenge or any act of life so big that it will stop you to work on it. So he's just trying to just sometimes you have to trick your mind to make it work for you. It's just like that. सो वी हैव टू लुक फ्रॉम दैट पर्सपेक्टिव. वो कहते हैं ना कि अगर आपको शेर बनना है तो यू हैव टू सिट, मतलब आपको जैसा बनना है वैसे ही लोगों के बीच में बैठना पड़ेगा. यू हैव टू वर्क विद दैट काइंड ऑफ पीपल. तो वही है कि व्हेन यू बिकम सक्सेसफुल, और जो भी आपका वो डिजायर्ड स्टेट और फीलिंग्स होगा, अगर आप उसी फीलिंग से if you will work on that activity or that aspect of life with that feeling emotions, तो उसमें क्या होगा कि कुछ भी आपको बहुत बड़ा नहीं लगेगा. इट विल यू नॉट फाइंड इट वेरी ओवरवेलमिंग. You will find it ठीक है यार, मतलब I can through your imagination, through your good emotions, you'll always be full of energy, full of positivity, full of faith. वो कहते हैं ना कि and you start connecting invisible to visible, है ना? तो basically you have to connect the dots to make it happen. So through this feeling the secret, the author is just trying to say that keep your emotions high, keep your you can say your energy high, so that you are always full of passion and full of motivation to work on your goal. So that's what he's trying to connect. So when you have that feeling, so basically you have that feeling goes from conscious mind to the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind is a supercomputer. So it's just like, if you give a right instruction to your computer, you'll get the desired result. So basically, with that feeling, we are giving a command from conscious mind to the subconscious mind to bring that desired result. So that's basically the author to explain through different ways in this book. So just you have to connect in that manner. I find it very useful, actually, frankly speaking. So I just shared my perspective. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Maniji, for wonderful sharing. Actually, I was just waiting for you to comment on this one because I know you share a lot on secret. Can you? I'm audible. Yeah. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah. So yeah, the question here is basically yes. When we read around the consciousness or subconsciousness and manifestation and whatever just Manish said about secret, normally doubts come in my mind actually, like when I read this many years ago, 2007, when it was published or on this topic. what is the practicality of this in our daily life, in our office life, in which we want the promotions and this thing. But I completely 100% agree with what Manish ji just said. Whatever we believe, whatever we conceive, we achieve it. Okay, it is all our preparation. I will just give you three examples from my own life. I am from India, Mumbai. In my colony at that time in 1989, only the merit holders was from the big schools like Parle Tilak and Balmohan, and these are very big school. And most Brahmin students used to teach there, learn there, and they are always the merit holder. And I'm from the background and this thing where there are not that many merit holders. But at that time, there is this center in Pune called Manashakti, Mind Power. They are still running. I used to read their books, and there first time I came across this Antarman, subconscious, and all that. So whatever you can, if you say this is again Henry Ford, if you think if you can or cannot, both are possible. It's all your belief. So yes, that time it was my dream to be a merit list holder, and yes, I became merit list holder in that 1989. Then the second dream was to be in engineering. Okay, so I did my engineering. Again, the same thing came up to me because most of my friend circle and everything, they all after in 96 they all went to US. Okay, and it was again my dream. So this is again the visualization which we use to make it believe it, convince that yes, if they can do it, then I can do it. So this is all the preparation. Now there is a doubt, like I didn't go to on site or US or UK in age of 22 or 26 like my friend did, but that opportunity come at the age of 33 after 10 years. Okay, so when this type of opportunity comes in front of you, okay, those are so subtle. Okay, that is what written in this particular book. This book is again very depth, that seeds are there. If that seed goes on the stone, it is not going to germinate. Okay, but then the right seed. So when opportunity came to me, okay, there is a whole chances that I can refuse it, but because of my desire, because it is convinced initially, saying that yes, if there is any on-site opportunity, I will grab it. Okay, so opportunity came again. I didn't know anything about that opportunity. The company I joined didn't know that that company sent candidate to on-site within 3 months. Otherwise, there was a rule that after 3 years only you can go. But this company, 2 months, they send me on-site. And the last example, basically, when my manager said to me that you need to work on this with different customer, okay, at that time my thought was, oh no, I'm not going to this particular customer, okay. But then again, thought come to me again. That is what from subconscious mind, which is I programmed for so many years, that let's give a try, okay. And then with that customer, I spent 7 years. Okay, now I'm 18 years in UK. So these are the thing. These are the practical experiences that yes, when you work on your subconscious mind, life gives you the opportunity. And I use this for many, like all my property purchase have happened like that. I'm sitting in my garden now. This is always a dream of this thing. Okay, many people say to me, like people say, this is what normally the doubt comes in, that no, you are not going to get the 2 bedroom house in a city. Impossible, you need to go outskirt. But no, me and my wife, no, this is what my dream, this is what I visualize and I believe. Okay, and every time this thing happen in my property purchase, that whatever I dream, I got it with the price which I defined. So it's working. But only yes, we do not go into the doubt. Practice in your small dream, it works everywhere. Okay, because that is how we define, how we design. And just give you the example, it is all written in our Mahabharata story and Ramayana. Just you need to pick up any story, you will see same thing. Okay, we are reading in this in particular book. Thanks, Saurabh ji, because this kind of books actually brings a structure to our knowledge, whatever we experienced and this thing. That's why I love this book. Actually, it brings the structure, whatever we learn, whatever we experience. So thanks, Saurabh ji, and thanks, Manish ji. You always talk on the secret and this thing. Those insights and those quotes are really valuable. So keep adding. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, just to add to that, I see the author is just trying to explain the science of our mind, basically the logic, how it works between
Yeah.
conscious and subconscious mind. So he just like like he has seen that people have changed their life using that logic. So he's just sharing that logic. So we have to just believe in that logic, because a lot of people have benefited from this logic, always think in your desired state, that how you will feel, how you'll behave, how you'll act, when you are successful. So it's just like, if you have to become a prime minister of India, you have to just think that you have become I'm the prime minister of India. how you will behave. So many things like that. Your psychology will change. So many things will change. So the thinking is just like, you can just say that it connects the visible things with the invisible things. Whatever we are lacking, it connects with those things, through those feelings, through those emotions, through those frequency of the mind. And through these feelings, it's just like that, our individual, the source of our every individual human mind is same as the source of the universe. The energy is the same. So when the energy is the same, you have to just match your individual frequency of your energy with the frequency of the universe. That is the divine energy. So if you can connect to that, what you can achieve anything. It's just a matter of time. So it's just like that, our mind is like a radio station. So you have to tune it to certain frequency to listen to that particular FM or whatever it is. So just like, he's just trying to associate the frequency of our mind with the frequency of similar things in the universe that we need to make our desire happen, basically. So just trying to explain the logic in different ways. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Manishi. Yeah, Krishna. Yeah, anyone else wants to speak? Krishna, you can ask people if they want to speak, and you want to share something as any of your takeaways. Anyone who is not
Yeah,
spoken yet.
yeah, hi all.
Fatima wanted to speak. Rutima ji?
Yes, Rutima ji.
Yeah, thank you so much. Uh, for me, it's about why I am doing it. If my why is strong, I can manifest anything, be it health, be it any kind of luxury, be it my mental state, be it any job. So, and then I work on that. I visualize all those things when I am receiving that target goal, how my life will be. And it will come when my why is very strong. What all the reason behind that thing I need, that desire, and how I feel about that I'm deserving to receive that blessing from the higher power or whomsoever we believe. It's about, for me, it comes from why I am doing it. If my why is strong, nothing can stop me to work on that goal, work on my dreams, and achieve that. So we have, my friends have already shared lot of things, and this was just an add-on from my side. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Rutima. Thanks all for participating. So my views from my opinion is, author Neville has explained all the her philosophy in a very beautiful way in the form of based on feelings and thoughts. So author is trying to say is that first imagine whatever you want to get achieve. First imagine and then believe as it is happened. And also the world is how you see it from your conception. So yeah, and whatever your goal is, love, success, or for changing yourself, it's all that secret lies in that feeling, as though you already have that goal achieved, have that achieved the success, and you change yourself, you transform yourself to your desired form, to your desired form. So I think this is what author is trying to say is everything is about feeling, everything is about thought. In the form of thought is nothing but a subconscious. So in subconscious everything will be created. It is the womb of the creation. Creation will be taken at that location in subconscious level. So that is what, womb of creation. Their thoughts or feelings paida hote hain. So from there, at that part, if we can, mold the things, if we can mold the things, so we can achieve whatever we want with the help of their imagination and belief system. Yeah, that's it. Thanks all for participating and listening.
Wow, that was a beautiful summarization of the reading in total. So thank you. You very well summarized it. Loved it. Yeah. Anyone else wants to add something? There is some disturbance at your end, I think, Krishna,
Yeah, I mute.
in the background, I guess. Yeah. Anyone else wants to add something? Oh, okay. I just wanted to say something like maybe it is already covered also because I just got disconnected for like 2, 3 minutes, 5 minutes maybe. So I just wanted to add to Beenal's question. Like, I just wanted to say that it's all about like maybe connecting it to what the author is also telling us that uh, like the conscious mind, whatever we think with a conscious mind into a subconscious mind during the sleep, and whatever we put into it, it's as Krishna said, it's like a womb, and it's everything gets the idea is conceived in it. And I what I feel is basically it takes time for things to get into reality. For example, like there is a time period for a child's birth, like even for a human child, it's from the period of conceiving to the actual period of birth, it's 9 months. So it's a process, and everything is evolving in that process. So I think when we get anxious around things, it's like we are disturbing the process and not having the faith. So it's basically we just discussed. I think some things are like coming like deja vu for me, because maybe we are reading a similar book on the similar lines in the morning, and some discussions are also getting uh, repeated. So one of the part was that the seeding part, that is also in the power of intention, that you just seed the idea that the seed is already inside of you, and it's just the matter of the plant and the thing coming into reality, the seed growing into a plant and a tree. So I think in that period we need this undivided faith and surrender in a way that wherever if it is meant to be, it will be, and things are falling in place for us. So that is what I believe, and I feel feelings are like a GPS, where they are like the markers, and they tell us like where we are and how we are we leading in the right direction. So we just recently 2, 3 days back read in that book also that it's very important that we always focus on feeling good. So whenever you find yourself not feeling good, so you have to make sure what you can do to make yourself feel good, maybe from the vibrational point of view, so that we are vibrating on a higher frequency, and we are manifesting things the way we are wanting to like manifest, and things like that. And things do take time, just like a order in a restaurant takes time, and we know, like restaurant or Amazon or whatever, we know like it will be delivered, but we are very sure about it, so we don't get anxious about it. So I think that is one thing how I also look at things, and that really helps many a times. So that is one thing I just wanted to add, if it was already repeated. And I just joined while Milinji was sharing his experience, which was very much like very beautiful, like the way he has actually had practical sharings on that. So yeah. Yes. Anyone, Milinji, you want to say something? Anyone else wants to add
Yeah,
something?
just to add, like as we discussed last time as well, I like visual representation of all this concept. Visual is for me is the movies. So wherever I want to see the actual results and all that, I watch autobiographical movies, Sachin Tendulkar, Michael Jordan, and all that, or Olympians. There are lots of documentaries available on Netflix. When you watch their life, they go exactly through the same process. The life is not exactly the constant, always happy, but they grow through that particular cycle, and they use this particular technique. Olympians definitely use all these techniques in their day-to-day practice. So watch those type of documentaries. It will definitely trigger this thing. Basically it helps to clear the doubts. Normally we have the doubt, ये ऐसे थोड़ी ना work होता है, ऐसे थोड़ी ना इसके बारे में हुआ लेकिन मेरे बार थोड़ी ना होगा. But when you see these actual results in front of you, then yeah, it happens to you as well. It will happen definitely. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, yes, very true. And I think as Milinji also shared through his examples of the opportunity, it's also about getting ready for the process. So it's like the development and the evolution is happening, but we are also in the same way getting ready for it. So when we are ready, the opportunity will meet up, is what I feel. So and if we are not or maybe if we are not attracting it at that point of time, maybe we need to get ready, or maybe we have something better like in for us in the future, is what I believe. So that really helps many a times. And I'm liking how the author has metaphorically used the example of day and night, conscious and subconscious mind. And I just remembered of one more thing about Sister Shivani. She shared this, that the quality of your sleep depends on the quality of your thoughts throughout the day. So which I just remembered while we were reading this today. So it's basically, if we are having stressful and anxious or any kind of thoughts throughout the day, we will not have a very nice and peaceful sleep at night, or a long hour, or a peaceful, or a, what they call alpha theta, and like those deeper level of sleep we may not have. And it's very important that we have better and uh, empowering thoughts, so that we get that kind of a sleep, is what was she telling about, which I felt somewhere aligns with that sleep part of what the author was also sharing here. So yeah, yeah. Anyone else wants to add something that we have not discussed, or any other perspective or any addition to our share today? And Krishna, you decide how long we go on with the session and when we close.
Yeah, if everybody has expressed their views, so we can close the session and we'll join on Monday.
Yes, yes, yeah. Anyone wants to share something? Otherwise, we'll close it.
Yeah, I just want to add one more thing. See, through this feeling of the like feeling is the secret, the author is just trying to emphasize that through these feelings we strengthen our faith in our ability and the uh, our consciousness and the process of the universe. So through this feeling, you are strengthening your faith in your ability to make it happen. So that is one way of looking at the thing. So just like that, you have to like feel it. Like you have to feel it, believe it, and achieve it. Just like that. And as we practice it more and more, it's just like another muscle. Feeling muscle, faith muscle, you can say. So the more you practice it, it gets better. That's like that. So when we have when our faith is fully strong, then we have the energy to achieve what we want, basically. So this is what the author is trying to say. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so I just remembered something by Tony Robbins, as you shared this, Maniji. So there is a quote by Tony Robbins where he shares that everybody is self-made, but only the successful admit it. So it's basically that translates to me as that we are a sum total of all our conscious choices that we are making, and it's also about choosing our feelings. And maybe we don't have complete power about feeling something when someone hurts us or something, but at least we have this power to how much we want to dwell upon it, or do we want to, as today's chapter is suggesting, do we want to go to bed with that same thoughts or something like that, maybe in that direction if we take it. So it's also about choosing, or having the free will of choosing our thoughts and feelings and where to focus on. As they say that where attention goes, energy flows. Maybe something on these, all this, connecting these dots, just trying to connect them all. So yeah, this is what how I'm looking at it. So yeah, thank you. But beautiful read, and thank you for choosing this book and reading it for us, Krishna, and Saurabh for suggesting it. I would, in fact, like ask you that whatever the 10 books. Oh, he's not there. Okay, I'll just separately message him. Okay, then thank you. Then Krishna, you
Yeah.
do the closure.
Yeah. Thank you all for joining and expressing your thoughts on this, thoughts on the thoughts of author. So we'll read the remaining part on Monday. So we'll conclude on the book on Monday itself, and we'll close this book on Monday. Thank you all. See you all Monday.
Pinaki sir, would you like to add?
Yeah, please, Pinaki sir. Pinaki sir, you want to say something?
Good, great discussion is going on. Awesome. I have only just 2 sentences for all of you. One is actually say it and then you see what happens. Whenever you feel like saying it, just say it. Whenever you don't feel like, even then you can just say it and just see what happens. Just say that I am a divine angel. And when you say this, you feel a conscious connection with yourself and the Supreme. And then just see what happens. That's it from my side.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So,
Thank you,
yeah,
Krishna,
thanks.
for leading
Yeah,
it.
thanks all.
The Buddhist. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you all. See you. Happy weekend. See you all on Monday.
Happy
Be there
weekend.
for the
Happy
close
Ugadi. Happy Ugadi festival to all
Thank you so
whoever
much.
celebrating.
Thank you so much. Happy
And
Navratri.
happy Eid, happy Ramjan.
Happy Gudi Padwa. Yeah, we'll be meeting on Eid, right? Like on Monday, it is
Yes.
Eid, I think.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah,
See you
thank
all.
you all. Bye bye.